So you open the mailbox and you're looking to see maybe a check or maybe something that's not junk mail, but you see it. It's that letter with the official stamp on it. It's got an official seal on it. It's not heavy or anything. It's light, but it's so impactful once you open it, and you see it is from your local state, city, and you know exactly what it is. You've been probably summoned to jury duty. And hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. Like, a lot of us have been summoned to jury duty. It happens to us all. It's our civil duty. It's our right, damn it, to go ahead and go through that process. But what if something just wasn't right? What if jury duty was more than trying to come up with an excuse to get out of it, or to talk to your job about trying to get a little bit more pay with it, or try to figure out exactly what exactly is happening in this process that you're supposed to be at? And so Amazon Prime came up with this concept. Now, I won't say come up or came up with a concept. There's been various different ways. Think like Candid Camera. Think of Punk from MTV. Think of Joe Schmo, if you remember that on Comedy Central back in the day. Now, Joe Schmo, you can still see online on YouTube if you care to go down that route. It's a little tough to watch because things have changed, not quality wise, but just some of it. But I think it's still entertaining. I've watched it again recently, just there, point blank. Jury Duty. All right, Jury Duty, Amazon Prime. This is a show. I'll tell you what the basis of the show without ruining anything for you. Basically, what they do is they have an individual. His name is Ron. He gets selected to jury duty. He's sitting in the waiting room and he goes through the process of jury duty. The only thing is, Ron doesn't know that everybody around him, everybody, from the moment he walks into that building, they're actors. And he is the main star of the show, and you're watching him go through the choices and things that are put there in that show. And so each episode is about 30 minutes. I watched more than half of the first season. I said, hey, I told my wife, hey, you got to check this out. I think this is funny. I think you're going to enjoy it. And I got her watching it and she enjoyed it. Now there's 2 seasons of this. I'll come back and talk about season 2, but season 1 for this, again, that's the premise. Ronald is in jury duty and you're watching this. So I'll start off with my lows. My lows, simply more is needed, more seasons. And that's really the only low that I have. More seasons are needed. I think it's a sweet spot for the episodes. They don't need to be longer. I don't think you need to add more episodes on the show. I think you do need to have maybe a behind the scenes a little bit more. I'm thinking like DVD director cut type of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool. But at the end, they do kind of go through and show you their process and everything like that. So I think it's pretty cool to kind of see that. The other low that I would say, it's hard to keep this stuff going. I can't remember the show right now, Practical Jokers. That show went on and it's great to watch and just kind of let it, the reruns play. But I think what the creators were saying on that one, it was tough to go anywhere because they knew who these individuals were. And it's different because you have a face. But what I mean by that is you'll find out that a lot of these episodes were done 2 or 3 years ago. So now at this point, when people are watching this, and I'm sure it's been Emmy nominated, I don't know if it won anything, but people are going to know, in a sense, when something's not real, they're going to say, this is the show. And and I could see that kind of messing that up. So just do a bunch of fucking episodes and seasons and just let it just store somewhere and just slowly put those out whenever you want to. Like you run a a YouTube channel, you're slowly putting stuff out because it's the right time to do it after it's edited. I'm just saying. The highs for this show. This is a funny, relatable show. I think the production is clean. It doesn't look like Blair Witch. It doesn't look like somebody's on a weird steady cam back in the 90s and it doesn't look anything like that. It's a clean looking show. The actors that they have in it, I feel like I've seen them in other projects. I don't know. James, you've seen him in other projects. He's been in stuff for sure. I thought adding, and the reason I'm not saying the full name is just in case you haven't watched it. When you see it, then you'll see it. But I thought they did a really good job. Just whenever Ron would say something, they would use it later on. And it's got to be great to sit there and as actors to improvise in that situation. And then as writers and producers behind the scenes to go ahead and take that further and say, how can we tweak and change all those things? And similar to Joe Schmo, what they do at the ending is similar to a certain extent, but I think they heighten that experience. So I thought that was cool to see that. And even though we were viewers watching it and we understood what was happening, we understand the Truman Show kind of effect. I think it was pretty cool to look at it and say, I didn't know that you'd be connected to these characters, and you do in a way. You're 100%. It's hard to watch a show and not be connected to each character, even though you know the character is a character in their own sense, and you're watching what's happening with the main character. So that was interesting in itself. And like I said, the production's clean. It's funny. It's reality, but it's not. But it is, you know what I mean? And there's just something about it. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to rate this. We like to rate things here from a 0 to a 5. 5 being excellent, 0 being horrible. Like I said, we try to talk about stuff and rate things and, just everything into its own. So you can participate. You can play this game at home as well. Put in the comments just the number, or you can say how you felt about it. Or maybe this is another show. It might be a show in a different country that does something similar. Let us know. Let me know. Let me know. And then we'll take a look at that. We would love to. I'm going to say excellent on this. I'm going to say excellent. Again, it's a comedy. It's a reality show. And it's hard to do reality because it feels scripted. And then if it's not scripted, it feels like it goes off the rail, and it's not. It just, like, check out what we talked about Love is Blind and some of the other reality shows that we talk about. It just feels like empty. And then, but every now and then you get a reality show that comes through and it just feels good. Like, I'm talking about, like, feels good, like Love on the Spectrum on Netflix. I'm talking about, like, it just feels good to watch it. It feels organic. This feels good. This feels organic. You can sit back and watch it. You're not investing a lot of time. And I'm going to say it's a 5. I think it's, I think you should watch it. Dad's approval. Now, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, and I greatly appreciate that. Until next time.